Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the Pandit and you're watching MEP Technical World. In this video, we'll learn about basically how to calculate the fault current at LT side. So in this video, we'll consider the cable impedance as well. Okay, so by using the per unit impedance calculation, we'll calculate the fault current as per base MVA value. So before we start the session, I would like to request you, if you are not yet subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel and also hit the bell icon so you'll get notification regarding my upcoming videos. So let's get started. So here, as you can see, this is the SLD where we can see this is the incomer, so from nearest substation, and this is the power transfer. This is a transformer, a step down transformer, which is 11 kV by 415 volt, and capacity is 100 MVA. And from the secondary point of this transformer, the cable is going to ACB incomer, which is main LT panel incomer. Okay, so here up to here we have already calculated the maximum fault current in previous video. So in this video up to here, suppose our fault is at ST side, we have already calculated. So I'll give the video link to know more about how to calculate the HT fault currents. So suppose fault is happened here, so according to that we have to calculate again. In second video I have already calculated how to calculate it secondary terminal of the transformer, so fault current. So I'll give these two videos link in this description box, so you can watch out there. Okay, so here in this video actually we have to consider this cable as well, because fault is happen over here. So impedance, we have to consider the impedance of transformer, and then cable as per this size, as per this specs, which is 300 square mm 5 run aluminum cable, 3.54 XLP insulation cable, and length of this cable is from transformer secondary point to up to ACB, that is air circuit breaker incomer, which is 40 meter. Okay, and fault is happened basically we assumed over here. Okay, so this is the SLD. So as per this we will calculate the fault current. Okay, so here we have a some steps, so we have to follow these steps to calculate the fault current easily. Okay, here in first step what we have to identify, select the fault point where actually fault is happened before the calculation. Then find the transformer details, which we have to take in rating of the transformer, then secondary voltage of the transformer, then percentage impedance of the transformer. These three ratings are measured while calculating the fault current. Then third is select the minimum fault level or base MVA value, which we have to consider 0 to 100 MVA. So here we have generally we consider 70 MVA or 75 MVA base value we will assume during the calculation. Then calculate the per unit impedance at the end of the transformer secondary side. Then fifth, so this is the formula per unit impedance calculation for the secondary side transformer. So here we have to consider the transformer impedance value into base MVA divided by transformer MVA, which is capacity of the transformer. So this is the formula to calculate the percent per unit impedance at the end of the transformer. Then number 5, so select the cable details. Then to identify the cable impedance of this per unit of the cable, then we have to get the details of the cables as per the SLT drawings, which is design drawing. So where we have to consider the cable size, then length, then resistance, then reactance, and number of the runs. So resistance and reactance will get it from the cable catalogs, and according to that we have to calculate the impedance of the cable. Then calculate the impedance of the cable as per this formula, square root of the resistance and the reactance. Then seventh, calculate the impedance of the cable as per the length. So this is the formula for the calculation of the impedance of the cable as per the length. So length of the cable, then impedance of the cable, which we have already calculated in uh, step 6. So that value will have to keep, then divided by 1000 into number of the runs. Okay, and again in 8th number, then again we have to calculate the per unit impedance based on the system voltage. That is, per unit impedance based on the system voltage means uh, impedance of the cable as per the length into base MVA divided by system voltage into system voltage, that is the square root, a square of the system voltage. Then calculated total PU impedance up to selected feeder. Okay, so on the basis of this system, then cable. Now here, so in final 10th step we have to calculate maximum fault level up to selected feeder, which is we have considered the fault level, which is base MVA divided by total PU. And finally we have to calculate the maximum fault current as per this formula. So maximum fault level up to selected feeder divided by 1.732 into system voltage. So this is the formula. Okay, now let's follow this step one by one, which we have already discussed. So in step 1, what we have to do, we have to consider the select at fault point. So here we have assumed incomer of this ACB at this point. Then we have to take the transformer capacity. So here we have a 1000 kVA transformer as per this nameplate here, as you can see. Then transformer impedance, which is 6.33%, as you can see over here. If you look into this nameplate, here we have a impedance of this value 6.33%. Okay, then transformer secondary voltage is 415 voltage, as you can see over here. Here we have considered generally 415 here. Then base MVA we have considered 17 MVA. So you can consider up to 100 MVA, but let's take a general practice. Here we have taken 70 MVA, and the cable size is this. Now let's move on to next step. So now let's calculate the per unit impedance at the end of transformer secondary side over here. So what is the formula for it? We have already discussed in previous step. So transformer impedance into base MVA divided by transformer MVA. So transformer impedance is what, 0.66% actually. So here we have calculated into 70, which we have already discussed, taken base MVA 70, then divided by transformer MVA is actually 100 kVA means 100 kVA means 1 MVA. Okay, so here we have considered 4.2 ohm, which is transformer, which is the per unit impedance. Then cable details. Now this steps we have to consider. So cable detail is 300 square mm into 5 runs, aluminium 3.5 core axial cable, and length is 40 meter. If we look into the cable catalog as per this specs, so we will get the cable resistance and reactance and impedance from the cable catalogs. So number of the run is 5. So cable resistance is 0.1210. So this is taken from cable catalog, polycab. So I have taken it from polycab cable catalog. And cable reactance is 0.073. After calculating it, impedance is this. Actually we can directly take it from cable catalog as well. Otherwise we can calculate with the formula as well, square root of cable resistance squared then the reactance, so we'll get this value. Okay, so cable impedance is 0.147. Now length, so this is the formula actually we have discussing. So as per this formula we can calculate this one. Now impedance of the cable of the length, so as per the cable of the length, considering the cable, so we have to uh, calculate the impedance of the cable as per the 40 meters which is length. So length of the cable, impedance of the cable, impedance of the cable which is we have already calculated over here, which is 0.147, then divided by 1000 into number of the runs. So 40 into 0.147 divided by 1000 into 5. So if we calculate overall this, then it will become 0.0294. So this much of the impedance ohm value will come as per this 40 meter of the length of the cable. Now move to next step, per unit impedance based on the system voltage. Okay, so this is the formula ZL, which is we have already calculated. So base MVA divided by system voltage into system voltage. So let's put the value. So ZL is equal to 0.0294 into 70 divided by 415 into 415. If you calculated this, it will become 0.000119. After this, let's add up all these total PU, per unit impedance, up to selected feeder which is incomer of the ACB. So transformer per unit impedance plus per unit on the basis of the system voltage. So 4.2 is this transformer per unit impedance which we have already calculated, and then per unit on the system, which is this one value I have get. So overall total per unit impedance is how much? 4.2. Okay, now let's keep the formula. Now maximum fault level up to this level is base MVA divided by total PU. So this is the base MVA, 70,070 MVA actually, divided by 4.2, which is the total PU, per unit impedance, and if you calculate this will be the value. Now finally we come to maximum fault current. So this is actually maximum fault level up to selected field divided by 1.732 into system voltage. So this much, this is the value we have calculated, and this is the 1.73, and system voltage is 415 voltage. So if you calculate it, this will become 23,187, which is 23.18 kA. So finally we have calculated the maximum fault current at that point, which is a 23.18 kA. So now this is the value. As per this value only we can select the air circuit breaker breaking capacity, short circuit capacity, which is 10 to 25 kA as per this value. And even we have to calculate as per this value only copper strip size for earthing. Okay, because in case of fault, this much of current will definitely flow through the circuits, then definitely we have to protect the circuit using the switch gear like Eiger circuit breaker and earthing equipments. So hope you guys understand about how to calculate the maximum fault current considering the cable length by using total means per unit impedance calculation method. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, comments and subscribe, and also hit the bell icon so you'll get notification regarding my upcoming videos. Thank you very much. See you again in next video.